I just want to create this small video to follow up on the work we did last weekend. I think it was great work, and I made a 3-page step-by-step guide that will guide you through getting started in the clinic properly. So this just follows the step. I just want to show it in a different way. The first step is login, and I have the login screen up here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Now, you all have your individual logins, and I'm just using mine, and you'll get that on paper. And if I want to log into the test clinic for you, we just write sandbox in the clinic. The first thing I'll see is the welcome page, which is this one. And what I put on paper is that the first thing I want you to do is to go to overview, to Oversicht. So if we hit that, we'll get a list of all the patients today. Now this is just a test clinic, so there's just one patient in there. And you can start by, on your left hand side, deselect the providers you don't want to see. So you just want to see your patients. And I'm going to click none, and I'm going to click on the provider that I'm logged in as. And then I just see the patient who's his patient. And what I'll see here is, I first have the sorting criteria up here, and you have it on paper as well, so just follow me here. And as I listed here, on the middle of the first page, I think it would be smart for you to just see the patients that are in the waiting room. And you do that by clicking the first one to the middle entry, and you see it on the paper, and then the last two to the bottom choice. Now just see the patient that is actually in the waiting room, and that will update throughout the day, so whenever someone steps in, that person will show up on the list. Patients that have left the building and are done, they will not show up here anymore. And if you want to see them all, you can of course restore the search criteria up there. And so the next step is to take this patient into the actual treatment and to write a note on it. And as you see in the paper, we have 4 different slots. First, when the patient arrives, which gives them a time, and then in treatment, followed by treatment done, and then checked out. And you're going to be working with in treatment. So the front desk is going to put the arrived. So they pop up on your screen, and you will be doing the in treatment. And as soon as you close it, it will also do treatment done automatically. So I go here to in treatment, and I just click in that box. So now we're on the second page, which is patient notes. We just clicked on in treatment, and you get the treatment view up. On your right hand side, you see the photo of the patient, and if they have a pain drawing, you see that as well. To your left, you'll see forms, and I'm going to get back to that. And in the middle, you see the previous written note. For this patient, it isn't that much because it's the first visit, so it's usually an empty page, and it will fill up whenever you see the patient. Up here, we have the new special, and down here is the sign button, which is the last thing you press. You all have it on the middle paper, the second page. So, as I said, first we see the history of the patient, what is written before, and then we have the forms up here. Now, you're going to be working with the anamnese and the behandling form the most. And the behandling also has some range of motion, orthopedic tests, so there's also some testing in behandling. And that will just to keep it easy to use. So I'm going to go ahead and click on a form here. I'm going to pick anamnese, which brings up basically the same questions as you have on the sheet the patient fills out. And if I hit the first question, I can see a few answers popping up down here. And if you click on one answer, it also brings up a second line of answers. Left, right, bilateral. So the condition is migraine, is left, right, bilateral. And all of the things you put in here is going to go into the GP letter. So it's good to have this professional. Here you can also type free text if needed. So that's basically this on this form. If I want to do pain drawing, now the form on one hand, that follows a question-answer format. So the question is, why did you come in? Well, it was because of migraine on the left side of the head. What is the diagnosis? This is the diagnosis. The pain drawing is not a question-answer type of thing. So all of those things you will find under special. That's what we refer to as special. And what I listed as number 4 here on the paper is special, and you have it up here. So if I click that and I select pain drawing in the middle, that gives me an image front and back, and I can select what the condition is and hit OK. As soon as I save that, the small image is also going to pop up here to my right hand side. I'm going to move to the second form, which is behandling, which consists of treatment reaction, the tests you're doing, the actual treatment, and the diagnose, prognose and plan. The same format as here. You can hit one question and start typing the answer yourself, or use the already done phrases. There are a few specials here. And that is, if I click on, I go to the test, I have the orthopedic and neuro exam. I get a small button down here which is more info, and if I click that, I can bring up a sheet which is similar to what you used to have on paper. So you also have that attached in the document on the third page, in the middle, where you see a big image. That's just similar to what you did on paper, and that will, if I hit something normal and something on the right and something bilateral, and I click that, that's going to make a text out of it which can go into the GP report of findings. The same is with range of motion underneath. We also did a special thing there. So if you click more info, it's going to bring up range of motion. You have that on the lower part on your second page, and where you can click if the range of motion was normal or abnormal, or if there was pain in the movement. So if you click that, that will also make a text out of it, which will go straight into the GP letter. The adjustment, we can use the spine to click on, or if there's something special, you can also type yourself. Under diagnose, it's the same procedure. We have the already made diagnosis, and we can click. And same with prognosis, we just click and the answer is in. So that is the basic layout of the note you're going to be writing on the patient. Now, when I feel I'm done with the patient, I'm going to hit the button on the lower right hand corner.